Hey YouTube fam, thank you guys for checking out this video. I really appreciate it because I hope that you're gonna like this topic because I just want to talk about books. Books. I don't know if you guys are really into books or like when was the last time you read one? What are you interested in now? What type of topics? I just like books. So I wanted to come here to share a little bit of the books that I'm currently reading. I'm a little bit of like a scatterbrain, so I'm definitely random. So that's also how I sometimes read my books. So right now I would say like I'm in the midst of maybe like five books. Five, yeah, five books. So the first one I want to talk about, um, I guess this would be more of like a philosophical type of book. It's called "What Is the Soul?" Down here in like the fine print area, it says "Recovering Human Personhood in Scientific Age." Yes, and it's by J.P. Moreland. Obviously you see that I purchased it for like $3.99. This might have been like back when I was living in Brooklyn. I can't recall though, but I really do enjoy this book so far. Um, what it's about is like it definitely talks about the dualistic aspects of the body and mind issue. So if you're into like philosophy, I guess this would be like a really good book for you. So like here in chapter one called Deciding Among the Options. And we also have like a little diagram trying to explain what mind body problem you see here. So it talks about like dualism, and then we have substance dualism and property event and physicalism. Like it will explain all of these concepts here in the book. I really enjoy it because it gives me more more of reference to like understanding how even like myself works or like how interacting with other people really works. And like the mind and body problem is definitely going to be something that you experience daily. um so that is chapter one. But then but then let's see if I can find chapter two. Chapter two, which I would say is probably something that resonated with me a little bit better because we have consciousness. If you can see that. Oh, it's backwards, guys, so my bad. My bad. So it's consciousness and property dualism. That is chapter two. And let me just give you one more chapter so you guys could talk about it. Or yeah, one more chapter. And then in chapter four, yes, I skipped chapter three. I didn't get that page. Chapter four is speaking about the nature of the human and animal soul. Interesting. I haven't reached that chapter yet, so this book is I'm really excited about it. This next book that I have is called In the Meantime. I really like this book because it's talking about the dynamics of being in relationships, and so like exploring the different karmic that you might have in relationship, especially with a loved one, and like trying to transpire that into a dharma relationship. So I don't know if she actually uses those words karma and dharma, but those are concepts that I'm very familiar with, and that's how I was able to like relate to this book here. And I haven't reached very far. I'd probably say like I don't know what page yet. I'll tell y'all guys later. And then something else here. This is called Your Erroneous Zones. I like this book. This guy looks kind of creepy, so I mean, like, don't. I'm not trying to judge, but I mean, like, he looks a little like intense, right? But I really like it because it's giving you like some sound advice about like not blaming others for like the troubles that you're going through. That is mostly something that you probably having within yourself, and so it's being transpired on the outside. And that's it definitely gives you some like reasoning for why individuals may do that. And then so like the section I'm in right now is the dividends for approval seeking. And so we have like placing responsibility, how to reinforce a self-image, like scapegoating, like all of those, like, I feel like topics that should be talked about, but we don't necessarily do talk about them. And by Stephen Gould. I haven't actually like really read this book yet, but this I'm putting this out there because I'm putting myself accountable. So I'm sharing these books with you so that I also stay accountable for reading them, because this is definitely something that I want to keep up. And so this book relates more of like science and religion. And if you if you may know me in personal life, you would know that I am really, really, really about like intertwining all of those kind of concepts: religion, science, philosophy, all of those different like beautiful areas of life that I feel connect. And so this helps in connecting. Definitely religion and science is the main goal with this, but it's also talks about philosophical concepts, which yes. And then I am revisiting this book. I actually, if you've been watching my YouTube videos, you would see that I recently graduated from FAMU, but I also took like this class. I want to say like maybe like my second semester after I transferred there. And then, so this book is about sacred sexuality. Sacred sexuality is like so lit. Like, we talk about like red tents. You don't know about the red tents. A little glimpse of that is that red tents were something that were formed for a woman, possibly, I want to believe, like by a woman to like a little escape where women could come together, experience their periods together, and this is definitely like more of a moon time. I don't really like saying periods, but if you say periods, is I want to say, let's reference it maybe to your moon time. This is probably where you're more emotional, and like some people may reference that to like PMSing. Uh, PMSing. You know what? I digress. But the moon, your moon cycle is something that I feel that within a tribe of women, like that is so powerful for you to like embark on and to understand in your own self. So sacred sexuality definitely covers those and talks about how we moved through all these different ages of the masculine and the feminine, sexuality being something as the presence of God. And because if you really want to get detailed, like when you have an orgasm, I would say that is definitely the sight or the enjoyment of like connecting with another individual, and connecting with another individual is somewhat using your God presence, and using that God presence is only going to be fulfilling yourself as well, because like your two bodies are connected, and it's like you reached this. I digress. If you guys want to talk about more about that, you see how passionate I am. So like definitely like let me know, put in the comments, or like it. Like let a girl know. Like, are you into these books? So let's summarize. So books are mostly about philosophy, religion, and relating that to the material concepts that we have now. So but they're also talking about feminine and masculine empowerment, and how those energies can work with each other. I definitely feel like that's kind of like the summary of this book review or introduction, because I haven't read some of them yet. So we had Sacred Sexuality, which was by George Ferenczi. And then on the bottom it says the erotic spirit in the world's great religions. Yes, that's so true. Because there's erotica in everything. And erotica doesn't have to be something that is like crazy, like sexual, in your face. Like it can be like plain, like just it could just be like even like a water bottle, how it's more formed out of a phallus. So then we have Stephen Gould, which was Rocks of Ages. talking about science and religion in the fullness of life. And then we have Dr. Wayne Dyer talking about your erroneous songs. I can't, hold on. So this book, I really like this book, so I hope you guys would probably check it out. This is by Ileana Van Zandt. Correct me if I'm saying that wrong, but it's In the Meantime. And then What is the Soul by J.P. Moreland. Let me know if you guys check this out. If you have any book recommendations that you want to send out to your girl, you know I'm really into that. If you are reading any of these, or maybe even like the Alchemist book, I'm also reading that as well. I'm revisiting that. But I'm so hyped to hear what you have to say. Alright, guys. Love you guys. Bye, fam.